right, up to the left. Here we go. And back and forth. Now down to the left and throw them up to the right. As I said, it's interesting the way we move and the way our body controls the way we move. Adding an adjective or a descriptor can change subtly the way the body functions or the way the joints function. Really open those hands up. Grab 2 big fistfuls of leaves, and we're throwing them now up and across onto our other neighbor's lawn. And we're not moving quick. We don't really do much speed in this class. We do speed in the other class. But we move with understanding, specificity, and intention. I'm going to show you what I mean by how adjectives can subtly inform movement. Let's do one more here. And now let's alternate down to the right and up to the left. Open those hands up, down to the left and up to the right. And again, we're not going fast, so we have the bandwidth here to really focus on making the movements large, exaggerate the movement. Become sarcastic with the movement. Oh, right. Whatever that means. You know, the way we communicate, I'm not going to have these percentages right, but they're definitely in the ballpark. Oh, 80% of the way we communicate is with our body language, 15% is the tone, and like 5% is actually the words we use. It's something like that. It's really not expected. Either it's maybe 80% tone, 50%, but the words we use are like a small part of the way we communicate. Anyway. All right, let's go. A little faster and a little bigger. We're almost done with this, and we're going to get on to something else. All right, so I want you to stand and imagine you have a metal bar in front of you. And I want you to make your hands push that bar forward and pull it back. So actually, I just screwed this whole thing up. Just bring your hands forward and pull them back. And notice how your arms are moving. Now I want you to envision you have a bar in front of you and you're going to push the bar forward and pull the bar back. I kind of screwed this whole thing up by starting with the bar, but oftentimes I will tell you as we're doing stuff with the towel to tell your arms to push and to tell your arms to pull. And the way the arms move from the shoulder joint, there'll be a subtle difference in the way the movement is functional and the way the joints coordinate the pushing and the pulling move. And this is kind of another example of having a different adjective or describer inform a move and to cause a subtle yet important change in the way we're moving here. Anyway, okay. Since we're pushing and pulling and we got into this, so go ahead and grab your towel. So I said we're going to get to this tubing today. I didn't get to it in the other class. I want to use it today. But right now we'll start with the towel. I got just a standard towel here. Those are the 4 little pieces of equipment. You know, I can do a whole class. There's so much we can do without equipment, but sometimes there are little nuances to using these things that I can't really get. So this is why we're going to use the towel here, and I'm going to show you why. We talk a lot about ground zero. Let me pull this up here, which is the most important part of your body. Lana, you're new here. So I argue, or a couple of years ago, I was doing a presentation, years ago actually, in Pasadena, and a woman asked me, I have Parkinson's, what's the most important part of my body? And I didn't have an answer for her because I hadn't thought about it. But over the years, I've come to feel that the actual most important part of your body is the area behind you between your shoulder blades. One, it's kind of hard for us as humans to understand it. Certainly visually, we can't unless we have a mirror, but kinesthetically, to be able to engage that area between the shoulder blades that pulls the shoulder blades together and down a little bit is so important because it fixes everything out here. So taking the towel, holding it slightly wider than the shoulder width apart, we're going to pull it up against our chest to see if we can get that ground zero location set. We're going to pull it apart, And now bend it a little bit. You'll notice your big muscles behind your shoulders there fire or turn on. Those are your lats. We're trying to get past those to the middle of the back. Now we're going to push forward, lean forward in the chair, and pull back, right back to the chest. Now, here's an example of telling our arms to push and to pull. There's no resistance here really, other than a little bit of gravity pulling our hands down, right? But if we imagine pushing against resistance and pulling against resistance, the pulling part in particular, we'll be able to feel our shoulder blades coming towards the middle of the spine there and tucking down towards the back pockets. That's that ground zero engagement, the contraction of those muscles there. So important. We're about to learn why in a moment. Let's add some lower body into this as well. As we push forward, let's bring our legs apart. And as we pull back, bring your feet together. Push and pull. And I talk about being a constant or continuing pursuit of being able to experience or understand or control or feel our bodies three-dimensionally, right? And as humans, we are predators. We're designed as predators. We got our eyes on the front of our face, right? If we were prey, we'd have eyes on the side of our head so we could see things coming. So we understand this world out here, our world of pursuit, very easy. But the areas behind us and internal structures like the spine are somewhat of a mystery. But the mystery is not unsolvable. One more. And now we'll press up, straight overhead, and pull right back down. So Parkinson's can affect structures or areas of our body that as humans, they're naturally difficult for us to understand. By no fault of our own, it's just the way we're designed. So like I said, it's a mystery, but the mystery is solvable. So we want to, again, be on this pursuit of understanding, being able to just kinesthetically control and feel our posterior structures. And to that end, as you're going up and down, I want you to call your attention to the way your skin feels as your shirt moves up and down across your back. Just feel that. Know that's your posterior boundary. That's where your body stops on the shirt there. Now see if you can perceive the function of your shoulder blades as they kind of wing out and up, and then they pull down towards the center in that ground zero engagement. One more, and now we're going to alternate these movements. Pressing forward, pulling back, pressing upward, and pulling down. So probably, Lana, if there was one thing I left you with today, of the many things we'll be talking about, this might actually be one of the more important ones or meaningful ones to set you off on your pursuit of being able to experience the world from that posterior orientation of ground zero. And we're going to learn why in a moment here. One more, up and down, forward, back, and we'll go one more up and then pause at ground zero and pull down here. Big breath in and exhale. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to have you just drop the towel and lower your hands and observe the positioning of the chest that we have just created, this beautiful broad open chest area with the shoulders and the chest and the core nice and open. You can go ahead and if you go into the no money stretch, you'll notice that everything's already in place, right? So being able to, when the opportunity presents itself, maintain a good and open and tall and proper posture is really, really important. It's important for a lot of reasons. It's important for your posture, your core. It's important for the way we breathe, the muscles that are involved with respiration. I'm going to do my quick demonstration here just to emphasize why it's important. We can go through the day with what we call shallow breathing. If we're not thinking about it, we're taking little sips of air, just enough to keep us going, right? In particular, if we're sitting at the computer, we got our hands out here at the computer. Let's make it worse and turn the thumbs down. Notice the shoulders, they're rolled forward. The chest is beginning to get closed off. Now, take a big breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, just experience that. Now let's draw the hands back to you. Turn the palms up. Externally, rotate the hands, upper arms out into the ground zero position. Now take that same breath into the nose It's almost endless, right? So that's just an example of why we want to continue to maintain a nice open upper body posture, to oxygenate the blood, to oxygenate the body, to hold ourselves in our proper position. Go ahead and grab the towel. And what I'm going to have you do is put it alongside here so it's perpendicular to the screen and parallel to your leg. And we're going to sweep forward, out and across, and raise the towel up overhead. So it's, again, perpendicular to the screen and parallel to the ground. And we're just going to go back and forth here, rotating the arms and the core. This is a wonderful movement for the way our body is designed. It's restorative. It's working flexibility, circulation, suppleness of movement, function. But it's outside of ground zero, right? We're not in ground zero. And that is perfectly fine. When I talk about ground zero, I'm not asking you guys to maintain it 100% of the time. No way. But when the opportunity presents itself to do so, which it does so many times throughout the day, let's set it. Set that, engage that ground zero position and set that posture. One more time up here. Now go ahead and lower that towel down to this side and sweep up this way. Again, just doing slow, coordinated movement that is restorative to the way we're built, that keeps us flexible. And like I say, you don't have to be drenched in sweat to have what would qualify as exercise make a difference. Let's do one more and pause here. And now let's let this towel fall down to the other side and go back and forth. Sweeping from one side to the other. Turning the body. Waking it up. I like this move because it's got rotation, triplanar rotation. We're going through all different planes of movement, and it really backs up nicely going back and forth. And it feels good. Why did it feel good? I'm not really sure, but it feels good, at least for me. One more. And let's go ahead and hop into our kayak, and let's go ahead paddling down the river, the beautiful turquoise river. Now, in the other class, there are dangerous animals lurking that prompt us to go as fast as we can. But in this class, we're in safer parts. No crocodiles or bears or cougars to chase us. Just here to enjoy each other and some movement that heals and restores and strengthens. So like I said, we're not moving quick, but we had the opportunity and the bandwidth to think about something else, and that is smoothness of movement, coordination of movement, and large. Come on, let's make every path of this lead into the next one. Big up overhead, right back down, turning the body, letting the air flow. And again, we're not in ground zero, that's fine. We're going to and through it. Actually, we're not even going to it. Keep the air flowing. Let's do 3 more. 1 and 2 and 3 and reset. Back to towel against the chest. Press forward. Pull back. Press upward. We're going to do 3 of these. Forward and back, upward and down. 1 more, forward and back and upward and down, and pause. Pull it, bend it, drop it, lower the hands, big breath in. And just, I like to say, listen to the feeling. Feel how it, begin to come familiar with how it feels to be holding ourselves in this beautiful, tall, open, restorative position. Big breath in and exhale. Okay, we've had enough of that. Let's go ahead and put the towel down and grab our ball. All right. So just toss the ball back and forth. I'm not doing this for no reason. If you had 1 minute to do something and you wanted to do something to make you more functional, this probably would be right up there, one of your top choices that would make sense. Just tossing the ball back and forth, improvising with it. All right, let's go ahead and roll. Let's get our hands woken up. Roll the ball between the hands. And I kind of lied. We're actually going to do some speed drill here. So I want you to go as fast as you can real quick. And slow it down again. Sit up tall. Don't let the speed part of it cause you to become distracted. Go from your position. Feel those muscles in those arms firing. Relax. Breathe. You might drop the ball. If you do, that's perfectly fine. I don't miss a thing, Lana. And fast as you can go. I'm kidding. I miss a lot of things. Whoa. And slow it down. All right. Take the ball in the right hand. Reach it across to your left hip pocket. And we're going to do rise and shine. We're going to stretch out to the side. Reach up on an orbit, up overhead, all the way across to your other side, to your right hip pocket, and reach across with the left hand and bring it back. I'm sure all of you are aware of the Mars landing. I think that is so, so cool. Can't wait to start seeing more videos and images. Apparently it has a little helicopter that's going to fly around and look at stuff. When we put our minds to something, we can do almost anything, huh? That is incredible. You think of the science it took. Apparently landed it right where they wanted to land it within, like, I don't know. They got it right where they wanted to land it. How do they do that? One more up over here. Reach across with the left hand one last time and bring it up. And all the way over here. And we're going to go back to tossing the ball, moving around, turning. Breathe. This is fine motor. This is hand-eye coordination. You can put it under your legs. Watch, do this. Now the ball passes and we're not even looking at the ball, right? But I'm able to hand it to my other hand. I know where my other hand is coming. I know my other hand where I can pass it into my hand. So there's something else going on, not hand-eye, right? That's tactile sense, right? And when we're doing this, it's there too. But we're using our sense of touch to be able to pass that ball off without looking. We're using our sense of touch even when we're looking. So it's dynamic. There are many components to it. Okay, sit up tall and straight. As I say, Parkinson's can make things we learn to do without being taught difficult, like rolling over in bed, like getting out of a chair, like sitting down in a chair, like walking, like putting on a coat. So we need to practice these things, break them down, and figure out the best way to do it. So we're going to do our little drill here that makes us required to do our replicate our the way we walk, back and forth, back and forth. Good. Keep moving in the chair. Then let me look. Yeah, Mark, I wanted to talk to you, man. I actually got a comment on the YouTube channel so I'm sorry, let me just get this going. We're just going to rock back and forth as if we were marching in the chair. I got someone commenting on the undefeated boxing class. He said, great class. The instructor knows what he's doing. I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice to hear. And I looked at the guy, and he's got his profile. I don't have much on his profile, but he's got his hands wrapped, and he's in a boxing stance. So I replied back to the guy. I'm like, you look like you know what you're doing too. And his name is Luis Diaz. And he's got, his record is 41-1. This guy had 40 fights, 1 draw and 1 loss. I couldn't find him on BoxRec because there's like tons of Luis Diaz's. But the interesting thing about it, 41-1, 30 knockouts. 30 knockouts out of 40 fights. Do you realize what that is? That's rare. The guy's a puncher. Anyway, I thought of you, Mark, Mark's been boxing for a while now. Let's go ahead and get those arms swinging. A little bigger. All right, so we're going to do our little coordination drill that is going to require us to move these reciprocal limbs in sequence. So with the ball in the right hand, we're going to make a throwing motion as we lift and switch it up to the other side. And when you make that throw, keep the throw dedicated, or the action of the throw, on that specific side. In other words, don't cross over like this. It kind of muddies the water of what we're trying to accomplish. And as we're going through this motion as well, begin to observe and become familiar with the way your arms and legs work, or the way your arms and legs look when the reciprocal joints are moving forward. That's one of your homework assignments. Begin to note how your arms are moving as you walk, and we want to bump that up and increase that movement into a swing and a throw of those arms. We want to turn on the amplitude. Even if you don't have Parkinson's, I know we've got quite a few folks here that don't have Parkinson's. Still very important. We want to keep that swing healthy. We want to keep it symmetrical. We don't want to have one arm swinging well and the other one not. We got to make them equal. You got to work on that tough side. 2 more. 1, 2. Take the ball in the right hand. Reach out to the side. Kick it out. Reach out to the side. This is addressing the concept that I talk a lot about of seeing small changes make big differences. There are little subtle practices that we can go about executing through our day that can have a cumulative effect. Probably the most pronounced one, I would say, is practicing your posture. Getting into the habit of setting it and holding it throughout the day, making that a discipline, making that a daily practice, can really have, sometimes relatively quickly, a cumulative effect. You might start hearing, "Are you wearing high heels? You look taller. Would you change your hair?" We had my wife's hairdresser come over and cut everybody's hair yesterday. One more on each side. And now the symmetrical one. Both hands together, up, down, out, and back. And so she had just finished with my wife, and I'm sitting in the chair. We're outside, of course. She's maxed up. And my wife says, "Maggie found a gray hair on my head." And I said, "Oh, yeah? Well, she found a brown hair on my head." I got so much gray. I don't remember having so much gray when I was single. Keep moving. All right, so this is our third move. We're going to put these moves in the series, and we're going to do the reciprocal patterns, and then we'll do this one, and then we'll go back around and around. So movement 1 was a forward throw. Switch it up. Out to the side and lean to the side, and now up and down, forward and back. Now, I want you to take your time with this drill. We're not putting speed into this. The emphasis is on extension and big. I want big throws, big extension of that leg, big lean, and here in particular, getting those elbows straightened out and back. And continue to breathe forward. So we're navigating the body through these patterns, which include a movement that duplicates the initiation of the reciprocal limbs, which occurs when we walk. And I hope that eventually this drill allows us to co-coordinate the proper upper and lower body limbs of the body when we walk. And we'll do one more. Forward, forward, out to the side, and leaning to the side, and up and down and forward and back. Raise that right hand up, reach back with the left hand. We're going to drop ourselves into a gait pattern. Ready, and drop it and switch, go. So now we're coordinating the upper and lower body in the same way we were just doing, but we're kind of looking like we're walking here, right? And I'm weight shifting left and right. That subtle weight shift that we notice, rocking from one side to the other here, happens when we walk on a much more subtle but very important manner. We got to really pay attention to it. If you watch footprints in the sand going down the beach, they're not hip width apart. They're pretty much close, almost right in line with each other, right? That's because we're weight shifting. And rest. Big breath in. Exhale. Let's go ahead and put the ball down. And let's take a moment here just to do a little movement and stretching. We've been doing a lot of linear stuff, although the reaching to the side wasn't so much. But go ahead and take your right hand and grab the chair, the edge of the chair there, and let's stretch out the right leg. Really get it out there and straight. And holding on the chair is not cheating. I actually want you to, so you can really kind of maneuver yourself into the best position for this. Extend your your right hand out with the thumb pointed down, and let's reach down and create a big arc with the hand all the way up and over. You can imagine reaching down into a chilly, crystal clear stream as your fingers run through the water. Getting the whole body involved, not just the arm. Turn your head to look at the hand and get down low, almost brushing the floor. And we'll do one more, and then let's hold that position all the way up at the top. And see if you can't get your arm up so high that you can perceive a straight line from your fingertips down through your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, into your body, out the leg, out the foot. You can even glance over and check yourself in the mirror or the screen there to see if you've got it. And then pull it back. And let's switch it up. Okay, this time right hand's on the chair to kind of help yourself get into position here. Switch that left leg out, left hand down, and swoop down and up. Tracing the arc of a crescent moon, or the edge maybe of a crescent moon. You can move your right hand around a little bit on the chair to kind of make sure that you're positioned and you're not going to slide off. Keep breathing. We'll do one more, and then we'll hold. Turn, 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 and press away. And again, see if you can perceive a straight line. Try to get a straight line from the arm through the shoulder to the body, out the foot. And pull down. And reset. Big breath in. And exhale. Okay, we haven't even gotten to the hand weights yet. But before we do, I want to do a little more lower body. And then we'll do some sit to stands, I think. Okay, so we're going to do crazy eights, okay? So get yourself to the edge of the chair and go ahead and stretch your right leg out. Now, here's the deal. I say this every time, and I need to, because this is an easy one to cheat on. You're trying to keep this leg completely straight, that ankle power flex, flexed and held for the entire set. We're going to try, first one is a straight right leg raise, and you're going to try to get this knee higher than that one. The work happens from here to here. So if you're just doing this, you're not doing anything. You're not getting the most out of it. So here we go. Crazy eights. 8 straight leg wrists, straighten the knee, power flex the ankle, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, higher. 6, 2 more. 7, 8. Now draw circles with the full leg, not the toe. 2, 3. Draw circles with the heel. 4. That'll do it. 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoo! And now the other way. This is why we call it crazy eights, because right now it's getting crazy. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whoo, 7, 8. And pull that leg back. Oh, man. Switch it up. If that's not burning in that quad, I don't know what to tell you. Go ahead and brace on the upper body and power flex that ankle, straighten the knee, and up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now circles, big circles with the heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now 8 the other way. Come on, no quit. 1, 2. Come on, power through it. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And down. Ease that back. Okay, I think we bumped up past 6 on that one. Big breath in and exhale. Okay, we're going to some sit to stands, but we're gonna add a skill to it. And the skill is a simple toss catch. I've always been kind of interested in, let's get a sip of water. See a lot of you guys reaching for it. I forgot to tell you to do that right now. I've always been interested in making exercise dynamic and multi-useful. That's probably one of the more poorly things phrases actually. Poor way to describe it. Anyway, we're going to combine gross motor with fine motor. So we're going to perform our sit to stand, and we're going to toss the ball a couple times, and then we're going to come back down to the chair. And we're going to do our and up technique. So for those of you who just found me, I have a YouTube channel that has a bunch of these workouts on it, but also a bunch of technique stuff, how to get out of a chair, how to get into a chair. It's called GPS, get there, position, sit. So this, if you want to learn the and up technique, go look for that one. I'm going to blow right past it right now, though, because I want to keep the workout going. So get yourself forward in preparation. Lean forward, ready, go. And up. On standing, toss it once and toss it twice, and then come on back down to the chair. Soft landing, guys, and up. Control every inch of this movement, the upward phase and the lowering phase. Bring it down nice and slow with control and up. Good. Okay, so now we got the drill. I want you to watch your knees and your legs. Make sure you're symmetrical. You're coming up. You're not favoring one side or the other. If you are, just be aware of that and try to correct it, but know that about yourself. We need to create a snapshot, an understanding of what's going on with ourselves, a profile. And this is for everyone. For myself, I have a bad right knee. So when I'm doing my workout, I'm always being conscious to make sure both sides are equally participating. It's not possible to do 100% of the time. In fact, if I grab a pair of shoes that I've been wearing for some time, and I look and I inspect the soles of the shoes, keep going. Yep. There will be less wear on my right side because I'm favoring this leg. Or I'm favoring, I guess, this leg. So I can do less with the leg that has the bad knee. So I always am aware to minimize and mitigate that as much as possible. And that's my profile, or part of it anyway. We'll do one more, and then we're going to remain standing. Toss it and toss it. And we're going to go back down to the chair. This is called slow training. We're going to go back down on an 8 count. As we go down, we're just going to play with the ball. Toss it back and forth. Improvise with it. Catch it different ways. Toss it different ways. Here we go. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5. You're doing great. 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, down and up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. Okay, wonderful. Good job, guys. Okay, we've got about 16 or 17 minutes left, and I want to hit some weights. So go ahead and grab your weights. And I'm also going to have us, I believe, do our exercise tubing if I can get to it. All right, so you've got your hand weights. We talked about the mind-body connection, and I talked about this last time, and I think it bears kind of focusing on or mentioning. We're going to start with a real simple bicep curl. It's a useful exercise. It's not something I typically do because I like to have things a little more complex than this, but it really serves a good purpose for us to be able to feel the muscle, the primary muscle, which is the bicep, doing the contracting and lowering. We can really call our mind's eye to that bicep, and we can perceive it, tightening as it comes up, and then the same bicep lowers it. Contracting is a word I was trying to fish out of my gray matter. Squeeze up and slowly bring it back down. And so, like I say, this is an example of something that we're able to perceive and control and feel, right? We learn in 3 different ways. We learn verbally, we get instructions. We learn visually, we see it. And we learn kinesthetically, we can feel it. I like this because we can really feel the instruction here. You can feel, squeeze that bicep, bring it up, pause at the top, and then reverse the contraction or relax the contraction and lower it slowly under control. And we can really get that mind-body connection going. But if we do a more complex pattern, there's still a way of perceiving it, but focusing on a specific muscle or muscle group is going to be less meaningful. But focusing on a body position will be more useful. And I'm going to show you what I mean here. So just go ahead and feel that. Notice the activity in the brain. It's quiet. Now let's go ahead up here and pause. And let's go ahead and lean and kick your leg out and punch out to the side. And turn. Rocking back and forth. Just to get this movement established. Now, this is, compared to a bicep curl, way more complex, right? I mean, I was going to tell you to feel your shoulder do the work because there's so much other stuff going on. The core, the leg. I mean, it's hugely complex. There's rotation, there's extension both one way and the other. The hands going up this way, the legs going out that way. Highly, highly complex. But what I can ask you to perceive in terms of mind-body connection is see if you can perceive a straight line when you get at the full extension from your knuckles down to your feet. And surprisingly, you kind of can do it, right? I mean, we're going through, I don't know how many different joints here. You know, your knuckles, your wrist, your elbow, your shoulder, your spine, your hip, your leg, your knee, your foot. But we can experience the move if we just picture the pattern. Lean. I just find that kind of interesting. Not sure what there is a value in that, in this kind of principle I'm talking about. I'm onto something, I think. I think we're onto something together. I'm not sure what it is. One more here. And let's again go right back to that bicep curl. Up and down. And just notice how much quieter it is between the ears, but how much easier it is to focus on one muscle. And down. Let's do 3 more. Up, down. Shoulder blades together and down, stabilized. And 1 more, up and down. Go ahead and put the hand weights down, grab a sip of water, and grab your tubing. I think what it informs is it informs the principle of being able to perceive ourselves 3-dimensionally and how we do so. All right. So take the tubing and we're going to wrap it around the arch of the right foot and sit up nice and tall in the chair. And we're going to perform a row, one of my favorite exercises for both the muscles involved with respiration and posture. So what I'm doing here is I've got my left knee lowered a little bit so my hip is out of the way. And my hands are nice and relaxed. And I'm simply engaging the muscles behind the shoulder and just kind of drawing the hands, my elbows sliding past your rib cage right back there. And I'm going to exhale today on the inhalation here and exhale on the pull. And again, shin is level. And as I pull back, I'm going to see if I can't feel my shoulder blades kind of pulling together and down, going to that ground zero position. 3 more. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to do the Kung Fu kick. Maybe I'll call it the karate kick. I don't know. Go ahead and take your left hand, grab the ends of the tubings here. I'll still wrapped around that right foot. And your other hand goes underneath it, kind of like a baseball grip, baseball bat grip. Keeping the arms straight, we're going to kind of kick out to the side and reach both hands, keeping the arms straight, creating like a body, a lever for the body. out, across. So the tension goes through the hands, into the arms, into the core, down towards the foot, getting that beautiful rotation. Not holding our breath. Sweeping out. 3 more. 1. 2. And 1 more. 3. And back down. Okay, great. Let's go ahead and reverse the setup. Take it out the arch of the right foot and put it back around the arch of the left foot. And nice and tall in the chair. Hands relaxed. Ease the elbows right back past your rib cage. And let's again inhale, exhale. So as I pull my hands towards me, I'm exhaling. Chin is level. See if we can perceive our shoulder blades pulling back and down. In other words, we're not trying to get anything more from this movement, like don't bend the wrists and start bicep curling. Keeping the hand relaxed and the wrists neutral really defers the resistance to the muscles we're trying to improve here, behind the shoulder. Let's do 3 more. Good work. 1 more, 3, and down. And go ahead and with the right hand, grab the ends of the tubing and the left hand underneath it, arms straight, and torque it out. Give me that kung fu kick to the side. Stomach's tight. Swing it out. Feel that core working. Breathe. Beautiful. I'm not pulling the arms. I'm stretching out and across. Arms straight, reaching away from the foot. Let's do 3 more. 1, 2, and 3, and down. Excellent. Take the tubing up, drape it across our legs. We're gonna do a little recovery here. Big breath in. And exhale. Go ahead and wrap your clavicle. That little bone, that little V-shaped bone right beneath your chin there, under your skin. And then go ahead and put your hand back on the top of your leg, knees there. And that hot spot we created, just tilt that up. And with your upper arm and shoulder, ease your hands back towards yourself and sit up a little taller. Big breath in. And exhale, the calming breath. Just take a big full inhale of air and then just let the cavity collapse and the air just falls out. And as you feel the body compress and the air puffs out, just experience a little relaxation there. Let's turn our head all the way to the right. Pause. And then swivel back through across to the left with the chin level. And now come back to straight forward. Gently tilt your right ear towards your right shoulder. And bring it up and across. Left ear towards your left shoulder. And bring it up, forward, and pause. Notice if you have any tension in your neck or your arms. Move yourself around in the chair. Self-check, see how you feel. I'm hoping that you feel like you just did some really good movement. You feel a little more awake. Go ahead and open your hands up. And with the palms up, hold on to the tubing, and we're just going to do external rotation for the shoulder there. Just out and in. Set a rhythm and a pattern. Breathe. Make sure you're not sitting on the back of the chair. Good. Slide them apart. Flossing that shoulder structure. Woo! Might start to heat up about now. Feeling the tension there. Good stabilization of that shoulder. Good open chest. And down. Go ahead. Whew. And bring it out to the no money stretch and hold. Chin is level. One more time. Turn our head all the way to the right. Holding the no money position. Engaging ground zero. Sweep back through center all the way to the left. Neck is straight and relaxed. Bring it back to forward. Tilt the right ear to the right shoulder. Feeling the muscles along the neck there, stretching. Called your scalenes. Across left ear, left shoulder. Up to center. Readjust. Hands on your tops of your legs. Big breath in. Relax the arms and shoulders in placement. So your homework is going to be engaging ground zero and setting your posture. That's one. All right? As often as you can think to do it. This little adjustment, this is what I'm looking for. That event, noticing I'm out and going back here and just trying to stay in there for as long as you can remember. Of course, you're going to fall out and you're going to be doing other things. But when you have the opportunity, drop into the slot. Get into that ground zero engagement because that's muscle memory, number one. Number two, you're going to be strengthening your muscles that support your spine and are involved with breathing in their proper position, which means they're going to get stronger in that proper position, not here. They're going to get stronger right there. Big breath in again and exhale. Put the tubing aside. So we did everything. We hit the ball, we hit the towel. Spread your feet out. We're going to jump right into my favorite stretch, or one of them. And so Lana's new. So the reason I love this one so much is that it actually is going to, I don't know if trick the body is the right word, but it's going to activate the central nervous system to relax the muscles that we're stretching. And I'm going to show you, you can experience that right now. Put your hands together like this. And point your fingertips at the ground. So we got our arms between our legs and hinging from the hip. See if we can get down there from the hip here, keeping a neutral spine. Let your hands come down, finding towards the floor, and then bring them out across to your ankles. Let your stomach fall down even a little further towards the floor so we get that nice slope in the lumbar spine. Now call your attention to the hip and the low back area. Feel that tension there. Now watch what happens. It's going to disappear. You're going to tighten your stomach and squeeze your knees into the backs of your arms. All of a sudden, that tension there lessens, right? Because what we're going to do is we're going to open it up. Keeping the tension on the left side. Keep that left hand firmly in position and that knee squeezing that back of that arm. Relax the right hand, release it, bring it out, and rotate it out to the side and sweep up. And turn your head to look to the hand. And slowly lower it back down. Reposition it, squeeze both sides for a beat. And keeping the right hand in place and the right contraction going over there. Release the left hand and do the same thing on the other side. Turning the head to look to the hand. And back down. Squeeze both sides again for a beat. Now release the right hand one last time and see without any more exertion if you don't come up just naturally a little bit higher this time. And back down. Squeeze both sides. Keeping the right hand in position, the knee pressing. Switch it up, left side goes up. Good job, guys. Like what I'm seeing. Back down. Both sides, one last squeeze. And release both hands and see if you can get down to the floor almost, or fingertips to the floor. And raise the arms up and sit up. Sit up. Arch back. Arms fall to the side. Palms up into the no money. Bring your feet together. Observe the way it feels for that engagement for the chest. Remember your homework. Hands forward, fingertips up, toes up. Make a fist, knuckles at the ground, heels up. Back and forth. Just isolating the ankles and the wrists. Breathe, don't hold your breath. Up and hold. Right hand down, right heel up. And back and forth between the two. Big breath in. And exhale. Check in, see how you feel. Move yourself around in the chair. I hope you feel good. Thank you, everybody. Give yourselves a big round of virtual applause. I'm going to stick around here for a little bit, ask you guys to unmute. Thank you so much. Boy, I did this whole thing without that light on. Okay, I hope you guys could see me okay. Wow, that was fun. Thank you. Here we go.
Thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Patrick.
You're welcome, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Sue Ann.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
Good job.
Okay, Donna, thank you.
Great job. Great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right, 2 thumbs up.
Yay.
My girls are so cute. I have 2 6-year-old girls, and I cooked steak last
Let's wait
weekend,
for them.
and I got a thumbs up. Do you like it?
Yeah.
All right, thanks, bud.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Hopefully Wednesday.
Okay, Wednesday sounds good to me.
Okay, good. Good. Thank you. Bye.
Okay,
Thanks,
Lana.
Patrick.
Bye. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, the Wilkins.
We'll be on Wednesday at the same time.
Yeah, so these are Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Yeah, same time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Each do the energetic and the gentle class 3 days a week right now. And then the boxing class is on Thursdays. How'd you do, Kelly?
I did great, thank you.
Good.
I needed that.
Good.
I needed that too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did too.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thanks for all your support and everything. Appreciate it so much. And we'll see you on the flip-flop.
Inshallah.
Bye. See you Wednesday.
Be safe.
You too.
All right. Okay, YouTubers, thanks for watching. I'm going to put my, sorry for starting it a little bit late. I'm going to put my email in the comments here if you want to join us. Patrick at smartxpd.com. Oops. Com. And if you want to join the Zoom crew, you're welcome to join us over there. And for now, peace out.